Hello, and thank you for joining us today for optimizing your Oracle Cloud implementation using Boomi. My name is Tawana Dyer, and I'm the Apps Associates Alliance Director. I'm being joined today by our very own Preeti Lobo, who heads up our integration practice. We're going to give you a quick overview about Apps Associates. We're going to talk to you today about the integrations practice overview, and then Preeti's going to dive deep into a customer case study touching on several different points from integrating your Oracle Cloud ERP overview, Boomi Solutions, Oracle Cloud ERP integration options, Boomi single connector approach, the system map of the use case, integration approaches, and exception handling. And then obviously we'll have some next steps. So as we get moving into that, I want to give you a quick overview of who Apps Associates is. Our company was founded in 2002. We have 3 different headquarter locations and offices in the United States, Europe, and India. We are recognized as the Oracle to Cloud leader. We have over 875 worldwide employees, and our areas of specialization are business applications, analytics, integrations, cloud services, and of course, applications and infrastructure managed services. I would like to turn this now over to Preeti, and she'll give you a deep dive into our integration capabilities and then start walking you through the use case. Preeti?
Thank you, Tawana, and thank you all for joining today's webinar. My name is Preeti Lobo. I'm the Practice Director for the Integrations Practice at Apps Associates. The Integrations Practice subfamily at Apps Associates is about 65 hardworking and talented individuals spread across the US, Europe, and India. Our folks are multi-skilled in Boomi and other leading middleware tools. The types of projects we engage in range from assessments, which involve helping our customers determine which middleware tool is right for them, to the actual implementation of the middleware tool. We have helped customers migrate from one middleware tool to another. We can provide resources for staff or purposes, and we also engage in long-term support or managed services engagements. As mentioned before, we take great pride in being a Boomi Select partner, and to that end, we ensure that our resources are Boomi certified, be it at the developer level or the architect level. We also have partnerships with Oracle, and that gives us that puts us in a unique position of being both an Oracle and a Boomi partner, so we can bring the Oracle functional and technical experience to a project as well as the Boomi experience. We have also done integrations with non-Oracle cloud systems like NetSuite, OpenAir, Salesforce, and others, and our website can provide you with access to our blogs and other aspects that we can assist you with. So moving on, let's dive right into our customer case study. In this case study, Apps Associates implemented Oracle Cloud ERP, Oracle GTM, and Salesforce. We used Boomi as the middleware tool to integrate these systems. The customer that we implemented this for is a leading semiconductor manufacturing and life sciences automation company. They deal with a wide range of items and customers across the globe. From a problem perspective, they had an on-premise Oracle EBS system, version 11.5.10, which came at a high maintenance cost to them. For those of you who are familiar with Oracle on-prem, their current version for EBS now is at release 12.2.8. So customers on the older version, that is 11.5.10 or similar, have an option to either upgrade to the latest version of their on-prem system or move to the cloud. Our customer wanted to use the best of breed systems in certain areas, and they wanted to move to the cloud. In our present world, where instant gratification is the norm, it came as no surprise to us that real-time data tracking was a key requirement. So they were in need of a fast and reliable system where data flowed from one system to another seamlessly and in real time. To address these concerns, Apps Associates provided an integrated solution using Boomi as the middleware tool to facilitate integrations across the various SaaS applications that our customer wanted. The systems were Workday, Salesforce, Sales Cloud, and Service Cloud to be specific, Oracle Fusion ERP, comprising of financials, procure-to-pay, supply chain, quality cloud, and a few others, Oracle Global Trade Management, or GTM for short, Oracle PaaS Solution, and Microsoft Projects Online. We use Boomi Integrate and Boomi Master Data Hub, or MDH for short, from a Boomi solution perspective. By implementing this integrated solution, we were able to provide the customer with a scalable system to perform operations across all business areas. The real-time integrations ensured that the customer care team had access to up-to-the-minute data, enabling them to make more accurate and quick decisions. This project implementation also provided a solid foundation for our customer to account for rapid future growth. These, coupled with lower IT maintenance costs, since all the systems were on the cloud, has been a successful implementation for our customer, enabling them to run their business effectively and efficiently. As we move forward with the webinar, our focus will be on the integrations implemented between the various SaaS applications that I mentioned. Here is the graphical view that shows the specific cloud applications and their purpose within our customer's universe. On the top, we have Workday. This is their application for human capital management, i.e. HCM. This is the source of truth for employee and system user data across the organization. To the left is the Salesforce application. Apps Associates implemented the Sales Cloud and Service Cloud components of Salesforce. This is the system of record for all activities involving sales and services. At the bottom, we have Oracle GTM. This is being used to manage global trade activities with product classification and party screening. And towards the right, we have Oracle Cloud ERP, which is the centralized cloud application for enterprise resource planning, ERP activities in the organization. This is the system of truth for all supply chain and finance activities, among others. So now let me give you a quick overview of the solutions available in Boomi. The first is Integrate. Boomi Integrate is a cloud-based platform which is flexible and scalable for building and managing your integrations. You can build and deploy integrations in a low-code platform with an easy drag-and-drop user interface that comes standard with Boomi. This makes development very simple. You do not need to have a strong or deep development experience to build integrations using Boomi. Boomi comes with a lightweight runtime engine called Atom, and that allows your integrations to be deployed whether in the cloud or in an on-premise environment. You can view and manage all your integration flows from a centralized cloud-hosted dashboard, which enables your administrators to have a single view into which integrations are running, what has failed, which ones need to be reprocessed, and so on. Boomi API management supports a full lifecycle of APIs in a hybrid environment. You can configure APIs, expose APIs, and enable real-time integrations easily in this manner. You can also test and deploy APIs and enforce security policies using the Boomi API Gateway. This API management feature allows you to monitor the health of APIs via usage dashboards. With this solution, you can rapidly create and publish any endpoint as an API, and in this way, it's very simple to design, secure, and scale APIs to connect applications across your enterprise. Master Data Hub, or MDH for short. Boomi Master Data Hub is a cloud-native master data management tool. Using MDH, you can create and deploy models into hub repositories and master data entities through a low-code and visual user interface. So let's say you have Salesforce and Oracle Cloud as master sources for customer data. You can build a customer data model in MDH to have what is referred to as a golden record, which then gets pushed out to other systems and back to the main systems as well. MDH offers the ability to steward your data so that you can enter data-defining rules, which will assist you in resolving duplicate data records. Moving on to Boomi EDI. With Boomi EDI, you can manage and modernize your B2B EDI network to effectively integrate with your vendors, suppliers, and other trading partners. This helps in simplifying your processes and enables you to trade smarter. Boomi provides built-in support for a wide variety of traditional and modern EDI standards, including XML, X12, EDI Fact, HL7, RosettaNet, as well as the ability to define custom standards. It's very straightforward in Boomi to generate detailed reports of your EDI transactions. So tracking your EDI transaction status is uncomplicated, and you can quickly identify and resolve and reprocess errors as needed. Shifting gears a little, this slide shows you the Oracle Cloud ERP integration options that are available to load and extract data to and from the Oracle Cloud system. On the left are the inbound methods to load data into Oracle Cloud ERP. Oracle Cloud ERP allows integrations with any external application using web services. It offers industry-standard SOAP and REST APIs using which we can establish connections and get data from any external application into the various Oracle Cloud modules. Oracle's roadmap is to move completely to only REST services in the near future, but for now they offer both SOAP and REST. File-based data import, or FBDI. Oracle Cloud has defined a series of standard file templates for loading data into Oracle. These templates are nothing but Excel-based file templates consisting of a list of column headers indicating which fields are required, etc. Users can enter the dataset into these Excel templates, save them, store them on the server, and run a job that will pick the file up and load the data into the Oracle interface tables. This method is typically used for data conversion activities and for loading bulk data sets. For example, employee data, AP invoice bulk uploads, AR invoice bulk uploads, and so on. Moving to the right are the outbound methods, that is, to extract data out of Oracle Cloud. Similar to the inbound integration options, Oracle provides standard SOAP and REST APIs to perform GET operations and retrieve data out of Oracle. It also provides you with the ability to create HCM HR extracts to extract data out of the HCM-specific module of Oracle Cloud for your HR data needs. In Oracle HCM, you can track changes to an employee record based on effective dates. So you could use this method when you want to get only changes to an employee record that need to be passed to a target system on a routine basis. Then we have OTBI, which stands for Oracle Transactional Business Intelligence. This is a robust business intelligence tool with which you can build customized reports to extract data from your system. You can build OTBI reports with standard SQL queries. OTBI provides various output formats like PDF, XML, or CSV. With this, Oracle also provides you with the native SFTP connector, so you can automatically transfer the report output to an external server. This method is typically used to get bulk data out of Oracle. For instance, you want an outgoing feed of the journal entries from Oracle to, say, a system like Adaptive, which you are using for budgeting and reporting purposes. You would then build an OTBI report, schedule it, so that the data is sent on a regular basis to your budgeting system. And finally, we have Oracle's Business Intelligence Cloud Connector Console, or BICCC. This method comes standard as well and is typically used when you want large data dumps from tables within the Oracle Cloud system. It essentially provides you with a screen with configuration options, and it gives you a list of PVOs, or public view objects. These PVOs are essentially a full or almost full set of column data from the Oracle base tables. This option is useful when you want to feed your data warehouse with large data sets. The Boomi single connector approach. So now we'll discuss the best way to implement these integrations with Oracle Cloud using Boomi. To connect to any application from Boomi, we would need a connector configured and create an operation. Boomi does offer built-in connectors for a wide range of SaaS applications like Salesforce, NetSuite, ServiceNow, and so on, where you can perform different operations using a single Boomi connector. Similarly, we can perform various operations in Oracle Cloud using the single HTTP client connector. The HTTP client connector is a robust connector which can be used to get and send generic data, which is often in XML or JSON formats, using basic standard HTTP commands. It is a simple and easy three-step configuration in Boomi to send or get data from Oracle Cloud using the HTTP client connector. The first step would be to identify the appropriate Oracle Web Service API for your business scenario. So for example, if you had a requirement to create a sales order in Oracle Cloud from an external system, first you would need to identify the Oracle Cloud SOAP or REST API that would allow the import of sales orders from a third-party system into Oracle. The second step would be to configure the connection for your respective Oracle Cloud instance and create the HTTP connector operation with connector action, request response profiles, HTTP method, and resource path of API. The final step is to map the data from your source system to the REST or SOAP API. In this way, you can build integrations to Oracle Cloud using the HTTP client connector. You can also do bulk data loads by executing the Oracle file-based import process using the HTTP client connector. With this, you can send an encrypted source file to FBDI by using the Oracle SOAP API. Similarly, you can execute HCM extracts or OTBI reports by calling the Oracle SOAP API via this process. With this approach, you can perform both inbound and outbound integrations with Oracle ERP Cloud using a single HTTP client connector. All right, so now we're going to talk about the system map of this particular use case. What you are seeing is the technical architecture diagram of our use case. It represents how each application is connected using the various Boomi connectors. The work data is provided via a flat file, which is placed on an FTP server. So the Boomi integration flow picks up the file, and mappings have already been created to map the data to the HCM module of Oracle Cloud. To the left, we have Salesforce and its different application objects integrated with Boomi using the built-in Boomi Salesforce connector. On the bottom is Oracle GTM connected to Boomi using the web services SOAP client, and for the outbound integrations, we used API management. Towards the right, we can see how the different modules of Oracle Cloud are integrated with Boomi using the single HTTP client connector, which I just covered. Here, we have used different Oracle APIs to integrate across different modules. Users are loaded into the shared HR module using REST APIs. Customers are created using SOAP APIs. Item data is retrieved using OTBI reports and other respective APIs for each module. So using different integration options, we were able to use a single Boomi connector. Now we'll look at the different integration approaches that can be implemented with Oracle Cloud. So you can develop integrations either on a scheduled basis or a real-time approach. Example scenarios of a schedule-based integration are when we want customer data to be synced every 5 minutes. This is also sometimes referred to as near real-time. Other examples could be item data sync every 1 hour, user data sync once a day, and so on. The integration approach for these kind of schedule-based integrations should be evaluated based on the following. Look for SOAP and REST APIs around the application data module we want to integrate. If not, look to see if you can build OTBI reports or HCM extracts based on the scenario. Pull the data from Oracle using the scheduled process in Boomi and then map the data to the target system. You can also develop real-time trigger-based integrations from Oracle Cloud into Boomi. One scenario would be when a sales order is submitted in Oracle and you need to see this order in GTM immediately. This can be done in real time using the following approach. You need to build an API in Boomi to capture the request payload and map it to the target system. Then deploy it using Boomi API management. Configure this API URL in Oracle Cloud Order Management extension. After the connection is established, we can add the trigger to the order submit process, which triggers the integration when the user clicks on the submit button on the order entry screen. So using these approaches, you can implement your integrations via either the schedule-based approach or the real-time approach. Now, in every development project, error handling plays a key role, and it's very critical for the successful execution of integration processes. Boomi provides us with industry standard exception handling features. I'll talk through how we can achieve logging, sending of email notifications, and the reprocessing mechanisms in Boomi. First, logging. The notify shape in Boomi enables you to write data into server logs. This allows developers to log messages and data to the flow logs at any point in the integration process to maintain detailed logging for debugging and reporting. The notify shape allows logging at different levels like info, warning, and error. The next one is email notifications. You can use the mail connector in Boomi to send email notifications on critical failures of integrations. We need to make sure to not include any sensitive data in the email contents. It is always a best practice to build a generic email notification process and use the same sub-process across all the main processes to send a generic formatted email notification. And finally, the last one is reprocessing. Boomi accommodates a convenient method for reprocessing any failed executions. It also provides a central monitoring console where you can search for error flow executions, and you can do the search by execution ID, the process name, the time of execution, and other criteria. We can identify any such errored integration processes, and then you can reprocess the data to the target system. So this wraps up our customer case study. From a next step standpoint, you can reach out to us at marketing@appsassociates.com if you have any questions on this webinar or anything related to integrations. But an even better option is to contact us at the link provided on the screen to take advantage of our complimentary integration consultation. Once you post your request, we will contact you and we will have a good 20-30 minute initial consultation with you, and we can address any of your integration needs, requests, or any other information you may have. With that, I'd like to say thank you so much for joining us. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.